I think one of the best feelings in life is slowly letting go of the anxiety around a game and replacing it with pure excitement. I just finished watching the second trailer for The Dark Ages. Then I watched it again and again, still trying to decide what I liked the most. Was it the Demon Prince looking slick as hell? The reveal of the motherfucking Calamity Ballista BFG blade? Of course not. We all know what it was. Did she get changed somehow? Well, maybe it's not that different from what I expected. It's hard to say for sure because of the angle, but I thought she was going to have a short haircut. Now it looks like she's got a ponytail. And her face? Something seems different. But no, the thing that grabbed my attention is that massive Cthulhu-looking bastard reveal. And here I am, hoping and dreaming that Doom and Quake are finally going to collide. Let's look at all the things that make me think we will, and if we don't, we should, get a mix between Quake 1 and Doom. This isn't one of those, oh, that's intriguing, kinds of videos. This is a plea for mercy to id Software. You can't just drop something like that in an official id showcase and be like, oh yeah, that's just Doom now. No, you can't just drop that and expect us not to get hope out of it. And I get it. Eldritch themes and designs aren't unusual in video games, so all of this could just be a coincidence. Yeah, the scale, the wings, the tentacles. The big question is that a demon? Or is it an eldritch monster, but controlled by demons? There's a big difference. One could just be a design choice, but the other, if that creature is a fully fleshed out eldritch being, could mean we'll end up traveling to the Dreamlands during the game. How cool would that be? It opens an insane amount of possibilities. New monsters and horror, maybe even some coming straight from Quake. Levels that feel strange, illogical, throwing you into combat scenarios where you have to fight not only the enemies, but the environment itself. And then what would stop them from introducing characters we already know, like Ranger or Crash? Bitterman. You wouldn't be playing as them, of course, but maybe there'd be missions or storylines connected to them. I don't know, it just opens up so many potential. Now let me explain why I think this creature might be an eldritch monster under demon control. We see a lot of those devices attached to demons. Some demons don't have any, like the imps, zombies, or hell knights. But what's interesting is that these same devices also appear on the Atlan mech, and even on Doomguy's armor, which is said to be what keeps him on a leash to control him.
They lied to us. Now he has a leash.
You know what other demon has one? The Doom Hunter. That's worth noting, because it's not just any demon. It was reconstructed by the cultists from the remains of a creature belonging to an ancient race, pulled from the frozen depths of the polar tundra. So here's my theory. Demons that aren't born demons, or aren't possessed, might need those devices to be resurrected, enhanced, or controlled. That would give Hell the ability to bolster its ranks, not just with the people it invades, but even with the remains of beings that could have died millions of years ago. So maybe that's what we're seeing with this Eldritch god. Maybe it was captured or revived, dragged back from the Dreamlands, and turned into a weapon by Hell. You know who else has a similar device on his chest? Yep. And what's even more interesting is the description. The hellish fire that burns within him fuels his bloodlust. I mean, what more do you need? And another weird detail I noticed. See those 3 red dots in its eyes? Okay, I might be pushing things a bit too much here, but I don't know. We were never really told what that meant in the story. This scene takes place during Scalebearer's story, and we see those red dots in the eyes of the Grice, a civilization built entirely around war. We do know they make sacrifices to an eldritch being, and those who don't die in conquest become fuel for the war machine. So my guess is that the Grice are under eldritch control, which could explain the red dot eyes, or maybe they've always had those eyes with or without an eldritch presence. I don't know. It's just a lot of similarities to ignore, don't you think? Another detail I noticed was the lightning effects. This one, I'm not sure about, because we do see a lot of those lightning effects used throughout the different footage and in different colors. But one neat detail is how we see those energy strings on Doomguy, and we also see them on the Eldritch creature, right around the area where the device is attached. So, maybe it's just how they're showing demons being infused with hell energy like what we've seen here, or, well, the first thing that came to my mind when looking at that scene, maybe the demon prince is commanding them. Or even both. We don't see what happens before the animation, so they might have already been standing, or maybe they were dead, and he just brought them back to life and sent them into battle. He seems to be using that energy in different ways, so who knows what else he's capable of. But still, it's intriguing. So what leads me to think they might, and fucking should, bring Quake into this are the following. Well, we all see it. The game takes place in a medieval setting. That's not new. But one of those settings, well, two were teased, but only one was shown in the trailer, looks like some weird dream realm. Or, one might say, Dreamland. That purple world looks pretty crooked. Massive structures, stones falling upward into the sky, shipwrecks from who knows when, grounded along the shore, lost to time, or maybe what's left after something attacked. And the other one, this drawing, looks like a world controlled by the Necrons, but it also has this unnatural feel. Sure, I guess you could say demons and hell also have an unnatural feel, but this place? This feels even too fucked up for demons. Then we get Hugo saying his favorite location is one that was not revealed.
Decided to bring to life as part of this process?
Yeah, we can't say. We're going to save it. One of my favorite locations is we're still waiting to reveal that.
So that's suspicious. Then we get this video from Tyler McVicker, who claims he was told that a type of ammunition, some purple projectiles, come from an alternate dimension, and we get those keys that are also purple. I mean, purple doesn't link directly to Quake, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe you could say the dire orb has some purple-ish hue to it. We then get confirmation that the cacodemons are getting a revamped look and now look 100% like an Eldritch monster. Open brain, tentacles, eyes. So does that mean cacodemons come from another world that was conquered by demons? Is that another race of cacodemon? Are they instead Cthulhus? And we finally get more small details here and there. Like those beings that seem to serve as advisors or something. I bet they're going to reveal their faces, and it's going to be all tentacles under there, like mind flayers. Another small detail I noticed is how the game seems to put a lot of attention on eyes. And for those into Lovecraftian stuff, eyes are really important. They often represent knowledge, perception, and madness. We even see it on Prince Azrak's body. All those eyes tattooed on him, and even one that looks like it's grown right on his forehead. So with all that, I think it's fair to say there's a lot of hints pointing to Quake, possibly, and fucking rightfully, being brought into the Dark Ages. I would love that. I mean, if that's what it takes to get some new Quake to play, I'm all for it. Can you imagine getting thrown into the Dreamlands as the Slayer? And while having Quake introduced into the Doom universe wouldn't feel the same as getting a full new Quake game, I'd still see it as a good sign. Maybe it means something bigger is coming. Maybe they want to test the waters or slowly reintroduce the franchise to people. Who knows? So yeah, that's my fanboy wild syncope revelation I got waking up this morning after watching the new trailer. I'm pretty sure all this is far less than what I expect. This and this and this is probably just some Eldritch-looking demons that have nothing to do with Quake, and they just decided to go with an Eldritch design for this game. But I still have hope, and if I get to kill an Eldritch son of a bitch in the Dark Ages, that will be enough to appease the Quake gods. For now.